Hello, everyone. Once again, this is Robert from RJL Network, welcoming you back to another edition of Strat-O-Matic Baseball. So I go ahead and I put on Marvel Champions, and nobody will join me. But if I do Strat-O-Matic, I'll get a whole bunch of people. You guys, I tell you guys really, really, I gotta tell you, I try to do other stuff, but all you guys want to see me do is play baseball or something else. Good to see you, Philip Reynolds. Welcome aboard. We're going to try another Strat-O-Matic game, and hopefully the internet don't kick out on this one this time. So we'll see what happens. This is the baseball like it ought to be. The 1986 New York Mets. They take on the Philadelphia Phillies. Today's date is April 12th, 1986. The Mets historically won. The Phillies historically won this game 4-2. The Mets, however, are off to a 3-0 start, so they're already +1 for this little replay. So let's see here. Philip Reynolds, good to see you. Ron McGrath, Mike Terranova, good to see you guys. Welcome for a little late night action. Hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. I do some Marvel Champions, I get nobody. I go ahead and do some Strat-O-Matic or some Inside Pitch, I get everybody. You guys are fickle, you know that? I love you all, I really do, but come on. There's lots of other stuff, but I know you guys just love me for what I do. Okay, fine. Hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. As we're going to play a little Strat-O-Matic, and hopefully the internet don't crap out on me this time. Would be kind of nice. So I did a little bit of a different setup. I brought my camera out a little bit, although it does show the screen. But I did bring it out a little bit. I don't know if you guys can really read the cards that well. They're a little far away. But in order for me to put the dice tower in there, I actually had to bring it out a little. So, so I hope it'll be okay for hope you guys will, appreciate it as far as best as I can. I don't know how well you can see it, but, so that kind of thing. Historically, the Phillies won this game 4-2 on April 12th, 1986. But the Mets are +3, so +1 right now, because they should be 2-1. So right now they are +1 for the beginning of this early replay. Sports Time Machine Utah Mike joins us here. So we're going to try a little Strat-O-Matic. I made some more helper cards to help me up a little bit. So I got a helper card here that I created with Strat-O-Matic helper, runner advancement, ballpark, strategy roll, stealing. I tried to get everything in this as I could. I know I'm probably missing something. I'm pretty sure I am. But we'll see. We'll see what happens as it goes on. So hopefully I got everything I need. We'll find out here. So I think I got a nice little helper chart that should help a little bit and try to remember stuff. So hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. Let's play a little Strat-O-Matic. So it seems like that's all you guys want me to do is play baseball. Okay, fine. Whatever. Do I have one of those for Inside Pitch? I don't need one for Inside Pitch because Inside Pitch, okay, do I need one for Inside Pitch? No, I don't, because for Inside Pitch, the only charts you have for Inside Pitch is this and that is all. So you know what? Strat-O-Matic has too much stuff in its rule book. Needs to create better charts. So I created a helper to help me out here. Steeler fan joins us here. Oh, by the way, people, how about them Dolphins? Just thought I'd throw that out there. All right, let's play some baseball. Mets and the Phillies. This was the final game of a 3-game series played early for the Mets. And we'll see what happens here as we play a little baseball. Hopefully this time the internet doesn't crap out. The internet did crap out on the last game. I declared that an official game. The Mets were leading 6-2. Was going into the 8th inning until rain showed up. So as far as I'm concerned, that game is official. So let's get to some baseball here, shall we? Top of the first inning, starting pitcher for the Phillies in this game was Shane Rawley, a lefty. Not a bad pitcher. I always thought Shane Rawley was a little bit underrated. 11 wins, 7 losses, a 3.54 ERA, 73 strikeouts, and 50 walks. So Shane Rawley gets the call tonight for the Phillies, and the Mets will have Rick Aguilera. He's making his first start. Let's first find out and see what kind of a weather we have here at Philadelphia. This is an April day game, and that is a 19, and that is going to be bad weather. So not good weather in Philadelphia for this one. So a single to left is going to be a ballpark single to left is 1-8. Ballpark single to right is 1-14. And home runs are 4-4 both ways. So this will be so it's not going to be good weather here in Philadelphia, and we'll see how that impacts the game. So let's get to it. Let's go top of the first. Leading off for the Mets is, of course, the center fielder, Lenny Dykstra. And now that I got my dice tower back, maybe it'll make things a little bit easier to play. Let's see here. Let's get the game on going here. 6-7. And against the lefty, that's going to be a 6-7 against the lefty. That's going to be a leadoff single for Dykstra. So Dykstra gets a leadoff single. He'll go to first and lead off there. Next batter is the second baseman, Tim Tuffle. And let's see anything on Havoc. Nope. Dykstra, good stealing ability. Let's see here. 2-5 or 11. He gets the lead. I'm going to see if he gets the lead. And that is an 11, and that's an 11, and he does get the lead. He does get the jump. So that is an 11, and let's see, stealing second, so 19. That's a 6, nothing happening there. So 19, and let's see, 19 plus 0, and Darren Dalton's is a +2, so it's a 20. It's a 21. He was being held. He was being held, so that will be a he was being held, and a -2, so a 1-19, a 1-19, a 1-19. He's still second, and he does. That's a 3, a possible throwing error on Dalton. He only on a 1 he'll make an error. He won't, but Dykstra will steal second base. As Mungo Jerry now joins us here. See, you guys want to join me for baseball, but you guys won't want to join me for Marvel Champions or anything like that? You know, you guys, really. I got to do other stuff, you know. It's not just, can't just be inside pitch and everything. Or should I just do inside pitch? Although I do want to get some more games. So now Dykstra on at second base, and he's not going to go anywhere. He'll stay at second, so Rawley will pitch. And that is a 2-11. And against the lefty, that is going to be a possible ballpark single to right field. But that 16 is going to be a line out since the weather is bad. That's going to be a line out instead. So ballpark single, that is a line out. And that will be a line out to, I believe that is a line out to second base. The line out to the shortstop, actually. So that's a line out to short, 1 down. Sorry, you're 49, not 9. No comic book stuff for me. Oh, jeez. But you're playing video games, aren't you? Yes. So I don't want to hear it. Here's Hernandez, who should be in the Hall of Fame. And Dykstra will stay at second base. 5-5, and against the lefty, that is a ground ball shortstop X. That's a ground ball shortstop X. So we go to my wonderful flimsy charts. So a ground ball shortstop X, and the shortstop is Jeltz, and his rating is a 3, and that's a 16, and that's going to be good. The question is, they make an error. Jeltz's error ratings are 27, and that's a 6. And he won't make an error. So that is a 13. So that is a G2. And a G2 with a runner on second to the right. He'll make the play, which means Dykstra will go to third. Oh, no, that was a ground ball shortstop. My bad. Hit the shortstop. G2 against right. Let's see here. Ball first and second. Batter is out. Marvin ball to shortstop. Pitcher catcher decide. And decide. Lead runner can attempt. Nah, he'll stay at second base. Normally, if I was playing inside pitch, I'd just roll to see if he gets that. So 2 outs. Here comes the kid. Here comes the kid. As a grounder to short. Carter is up. Dykstra will stay where he is. Anything on Havoc? Nope. And Rawley will pitch. And that is a 6-10. And against a righty, that's going to be a ground ball to third, handled easily there by Michael Jack Schmidt. And that will end the inning. No runs and a hit. Stolen base. And we'll go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the Mets, his first start of the 1986 season was Rick Aguilera. 10 wins, 7 losses, a 3.88 ERA. Rick Aguilera, serviceable starter, not one of the top of the quartet of course, Gooden, Oughta, Fernandez, and Darling. But they had to get a 5th starter in there, so Rick Aguilera does get the start. And it's good to see everybody, by the way. Of course, I hope everybody did have a great Thanksgiving. I certainly hope so. Gary Redus leads off for the Phillies in the bottom of the first here. 5-12, and that is against a righty ground ball, second base X. That's hit to Tuffle. That is hit to Tuffle. Tuffle is a 4E21, and that is a 6, and that is a single 1. And that is a 3 and a 21. That's going to be that's going to be an S1. That's going to be a base hit. So Tuffle couldn't get to that one. That'll be a base hit for Redus. Leadoff single for him. Here comes Milt Thompson. He's in center field for the Phils. Redus a very good chance to steal. 4-6, he gets the jump. And he does. That's a 20. So he is going to get the jump. So let's see what he does. 19 minus 1 is 18. Carter is a 0. So that's still an 18. He was being held. So minus 2 will make him a 16. So a 1-16. Redus steals second. And he does. So Redus will steal second base. So on base for him. And he'll stay at second and re-roll the Havoc. Nothing on the 8. Can't always do soccer or baseball. Got to have hockey and boxing sometimes. That's true. Steeler fan. Let's see. 5-5 against the lefty is a strikeout. Struck him out. Rick Aguilera gets a K. First strikeout for him. Here's Von Hayes, very underrated player. Von Hayes was, I don't know why. I'm not going to say he was underrated. Von Hayes belongs in the Hall of the Very Good. Hayes is at first base. Anything on the Havoc? Nope. And Aguilera will pitch. And that is a 1-7. And against a righty, that is going to be a 2-base single for Von Hayes. That'll bring in Redus, and the Phillies will take an early lead. RBI single by Von Hayes as he'll get the hit. And now the batter is Michael Jack Schmidt. He is at third base, of course. Hayes has got some pretty good stealing ability. And let's see what he got here. He's going to try to get the jump. And that is a 4, and he does. So he has a 15. Minus 1 is a 14. Carter a 0, and he is being held, so that would be a 1-12. 1-12. 1-12. Why not? He'll try it. And nope, he's thrown out. 2 outs. So Von Hayes tries to steal himself, but he gets thrown out by Carter. And that is the second out of the inning. Now Schmidt will bat with no one on base. 4-8. And against a righty, that is a 1. And that is going to be a single for Schmidt. So Schmidt will get a base hit. Good thing that did get tossed out. Here's Glenn Wilson. He is in right field for the game. Schmidt, not much of a stealing threat. You get the lead, you have to go. You have no choice, okay? So Schmidt, let's see here. I have to write that on the board. So let's see. Schmidt's not going to try to steal. He will not be held. Aguilera with the pitch. 4-9. And against the righty, struck him out. And the inning is over. Second strikeout for Aguilera. About 1 run on 3 hits. And a stolen base for the Phillies, and they will take a quick 1-0 lead here after 1. Don't get me wrong, Strat-O-Matic is fun. I actually think Strat-O-Matic is more fun to play than the other games I've had, except for inside pitch. But I'll be honest with you, playing Strat is great, yes, but I really can't wait to start my next 1972 season for inside pitch. Top of the second, 1-0 Phils. And it will be the Straw leading off for the Mets. He, of course, is in right. 4-4 against the lefty is a ground ball third base X. So that is hit to Schmidt. Schmidt is a 1-E-8. That's an 11. That'll be good every time. And an 8-12. And he'll make the play. 1 out. Playing super advanced, I got to check a chart. Rolling for a range play, I got it in Strat-O-Matic, I got to check a chart. For rolling for a range play for inside pitch, all I got to do is roll a die, and that's done. I'm going to think about it. Here's George Foster, the $10 million bum. Foster is in left field. Where do you get the simulation games chart that you use? Simulation games chart. What? FastScore? What? This? For FastScore? For inside pitch? It's called FastScore. You get that from Replay Baseball. You just go on their site and you can get, and he has every season from. There's a link in the description for FastScore. Yes, there is. It's FastScore. And this is for the 1972 season, which we will be doing, of course, at that time. This being a replay they're doing with the Mets, I'm not doing any background games. In my opinion, the Mets have to win the division. So they have to get at least more wins than the second place team, and they'll win the division. No problem, my good man. No trouble at all, Mr. McGrath. Rawley against Foster. That is a 4-8. And against, that is a 19. And that is going to be a ground ball to first against a righty. So he grounds to first, 2 down. Here's third baseman Ray Knight. Let's see. Shane Rawley, let's see here. A 2-7. And against the lefties, a base hit. So Ray Knight will get himself a single to keep the inning alive. Shortstop Rafael Santana is next. Knight's not stealing, and he is not being held. Hang on, Havoc? Nope. Rawley will go ahead, and he will pitch. 1-9, and against the lefty, it's a grounder to short. That'll be handled easily there by Jeltz, and the inning is over. No runs and a hit for the Mets. Go to bottom of second. The Phillies historically won this game 4-2. The Mets are +1 so far in this little replay we're doing. They're 3-0. They actually were supposed to lose the game to the Phillies, the last one. So it really should be 2-1. Who leads off? Darren Dalton, the catcher for the Phillies, leads off. Aguilera, 6'5", and against the lefty, it's a fly out to right. Fly ball right field. Next up is the second baseman, Luis Aguayo. He's at second today for the Phils. 1-8. And against a righty, that is a line out to third base, 2 down. And now here is Jeltz. Steve Jeltz, the shortstop. 2-9. And against a righty, that is a ground ball to second. That's going to be a ground ball to second base. Picked up there by Tim Tuffle. And he will toss it over and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Phils. And the Phils have a 1-0 lead after 2. Top of the third. And it will be the pitcher, Rick Aguilera. He does hit pretty well. He's going to use pitcher's hitting card number 6. So today is November 24th, by the way. The demo game for 1972 between the Cincinnati Reds and the Oakland Athletics for inside pitch. I have decided I will do that game on Christmas Eve, but it'll be during the day. So Christmas Eve is a Sunday, and because I think I am working on the Saturday, so Sunday, Christmas Eve will be the demo game between the Reds and the Athletics for 1972 inside pitch. And of course, as soon as I do a demo game, that means that the 72 season pretty much is ready to go. 72 is going to be a blast. Rawley against, Rawley 6'7", and let's see, Aguilera, he bats right, and a 6'7" is a walk. He walks the pitcher. Okay, he walks the pitcher. So a leadoff walk to Aguilera, who does bat from the right side, and a 6'7" is a walk. And now that'll bring up Dykstra. Aguilera not being held, and he's not stealing. Havoc, nothing. Rawley will go ahead, and he will pitch. Rawley a 2-12, and against the lefty, that is a ground. There's the clutch symbol, but it's not clutch. So ground ball to first base B. And a ground ball to first base B is going to be batter safe, runner at first, out going to second. So Dykstra that'll be a fielder's choice, and that will be 1 out. And now the batter is Tuffle. That's in 31 days. Yes, 31 days to the demo game. New Year's Day, of course. Philadelphia Phillies, Chicago Cubs, opening day, 1972. Fergie Jenkins hosting Steve Carlton. 2 Hall of Famers. Why not? Let's see if Dykstra gets the lead. He needs a 2-5. He needs a 2-5 or 11. And he won't get it, and he will stay put. So Rawley will pitch. And that is a 3-7. And against the lefty, that's a walk. So Rawley walks another batter. Now Tuffle walks. So now runners at first and second. That is the second walk issued by Rawley. And so now the batter is Hernandez. Whoops, you screwed up. You paid for the FastScore, but don't have ebooks. You don't need ebooks. You don't need ebooks as long as you got a PDF. If you got Adobe Acrobat Reader, you got PDF, you're fine. He sends them in a PDF format. He sends them in PDF. Don't worry about it if you have ebooks. Don't worry about that. If you have a PDF format, you're fine. And pretty much every computer can do PDF. So you should be fine. I also have a PDF. I also have a PDF editor in case I need to edit something. So, but yeah, you should be fine there, Ron. So Dykstra on at second. Tuffle at first. Here's Keith Hernandez, who should be in the Hall of Fame. Anything on the Havoc? That is a 3 and no. So runners at first and second. A chance for the Mets to maybe get something going. 4-9. And against the lefty, that's a fly ball to left field. And the batter is out on the fly out and 2 down. And Dykstra is not going to go to third. Now here comes the kid. Gary Carter already has 2 home runs in this season. So Carter up with runners at first and second. Anything on Havoc? Nope. And Rawley will pitch to Carter. And that is a 6-9. And a 6-9 against a righty is a swing. That is a miss and struck him out. And the inning is over. First strikeout for Rawley. Gives up a couple of walks, a fielder's choice, but the Mets can't do anything with it. But we'll go to the bottom of the third. The Mets had a very weird start to the 1986 season. They had so many rainouts that after this game against the Phillies, the Mets went home to play a series against the Pittsburgh Pirates. They only played 1 game against Pittsburgh, and then they played a set against the Philadelphia Phillies again. So the Mets had a very strange start to 1986. They had a lot of rainouts early in that season. And kind of figures that during the World Series between the Mets and the Red Sox, there was a rainout, which allowed the Red Sox to put on Bruce Hurst for Game 7 instead of Oil Can Boyd. I sometimes wonder how Game 7 of the World Series would have went if Ron Darling had pitched against Oil Can Boyd instead of Bruce Hurst. I wonder how that game would have went, because Oil Can Boyd had a bit of an attitude. All right, bottom of the third, let's see. Leading off for the Phillies is their pitcher, Shane Rawley, and he uses pitcher hitting card number 2, actually. Let's see, 2-4, and wow, that's a base hit. 2-4 is a single, and so both pitchers getting on base. So a single for Rawley. He'll go to first. Next batter is Reedus. Rawley, of course, not being held, and he's not stealing. Nothing on the Havoc. Aguilera, 111. And 111 against the righty is a ballpark home run check. That is a 3, and that is going to, even in bad weather, that is gonna get out of here. That's a home run for Gary Reedus. A 111 is a ballpark check against the righty. The Philadelphia ballpark is bad weather, 4 to left, 4 to right, and that's a 2-run bomb for Gary Reedus. And it is 3-0 Phils. Reedus did have 11 home runs that year. So Rick Aguilera, not his fault. That was just well hit by Reedus. So it is now 3-0 Phils. Now the batter is Thompson, and still no one out here in the bottom of the third. Aguilera, let's see, 3-2. Against the righty is a hit by pitch plus injury. Let's see. Thompson's injury rating. Let's see where that is. I think he's automatically hurt. Let me see here. Got the book here. Let me check the injury rating. Super advanced injury chart. And let's see. Super advanced injury chart. Let's see what he is. Is he hurt or is he fine? That is a 3, and he's okay. So he's fine. So Milt Thompson gets plunked by the pitch, but he's fine. So he'll go on a hit batter. So rough outing for Aguilera. Still 1 out. Here's Hayes. Hayes singled his first time up. And Thompson, he can try to get the lead here. 2 to 5 or 12, and he won't get it. He'll stay put. Section 518 barfs. Aguilera, 2-6, and against the righty is a ground ball, second base A, and that will be a double play. So 4-6-3, 2 outs, ground ball, second base A. As Thompson grounds out into the DP. And now here is Michael Jack Schmidt. He got a base hit his first time up. 6-12. And let's see, 6-12 against the righty is a ground ball to first base X. That, of course, is hit to Hernandez. He is a 1E6. That 17 is good all day long. Then that is going to be a 6-8. And that's just fine. Hernandez will take it, and Aguilera will come over, and Hernandez will toss it to him and retire the side. 2 runs on 2 hits, a 2-run bomb by Gary Reedus, and it's 3-0 Phils after 3. Top of the 4th. Rawley back on the mound, and it's the Straw leading off for the Mets. Strawberry 0 for 1. 2-7, and against the lefty, that is a swing and a miss and a strikeout. Second strikeout for Rawley. Here comes Foster. He had a home run, actually, in the last game. 4-11, and let's see, 4-11 against the righty. That is a ground ball to short, and that is out number 2. And now Ray Knight. Knight got a base hit his first time up. And that's a 1-6. And against the lefty, that is a ground ball to shortstop. Once again, handled by Jeltz. He will take it. And that is a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 3-0 still in favor of the Phils. The Mets, as I said in the earlier matchups, the Philadelphia Phillies was the only team the Mets had a losing record against in 1986. They were 8-10 against the Phillies. It was the only team they had a losing record against that year. They had a record against everybody else that had a winning record. The team they dominated in 1986 was the Pittsburgh Pirates. They beat them. They were 17-1 against the Pirates. They dominated them. Here's Glenn Wilson leads off for the Phils in the bottom of the 4th. Let's see, 5-7. And 5-7 against the righty. That's a 1, and that's a double. So that's going to be a double. So right now the Phillies are getting the rolls. The Mets are not. Here comes Dalton. Wilson's not going to steal. He will not be held. Strategy roll. And that is a 13. Nothing happening. Aguilera. Let's see. 3-7 against the righty. And that is a ground ball to second base C plus injuries. So Wilson means a C means Wilson goes to second. And now I got to see if Dalton is hurt. Let's see if Dalton is hurt. Game day injuries only. Let's see. And that's a 5, and he is player injured for remainder of the game. So Dalton is out. So the Phillies just lost Dalton for the rest of the game, which means the new catcher is going to have to be John Russell. So John Russell will take over that position. So wrong, you can't find the FastScore anywhere in your files or Adobe. Check your downloads. Ron, no, he sends an email. No, Ron McGrath, he sends an email. He emails them to you. They're not downloaded automatically. They're emailed. He email. Brian Davis is the creator of FastScore, okay, who I've also had in the chat, along with Chris Davis, who created Inside Pitch. He will email them to you. They're not downloadable automatically. They got to be emailed. He emails them to you. And at 10:44 at night right now here Eastern time, I doubt you'll see him tonight. So Wilson on at second base as Dalton grounded out. And now the batter is Aguilera. John Russell will now take over for Dalton, since Dalton is hurt. Now, you don't be worried. If you paid for them, he'll see them. Give him a day. Give him at least a day. Remember also, it's a Thanksgiving holiday, Ron. You may not even see them this weekend. I mean, Thanksgiving, you may not even be in town. Who knows? But we'll see. Don't check me on that. Brian Davis is very good at what he does. I had him in the chat as well for FastScore. Another great guy. It's amazing that Inside Pitch and FastScore are both run by a guy with the last name of Davis. Chris Davis and Brian Davis. And by the way, if you're wondering if those two know each other, yes, they do. They have met. So Wilson on at second, and he's not going anywhere. So one out, bottom of the fourth, 3-0 Phils. 3-8. 3-8 against the righty as a pop out to short, 2 down. And now here's Steve Jeltz, who's 0 for 1. Okay, yeah, they will. Anything on Havoc? Nope. So Aguilera will pitch to Jeltz. And that is a 2-6. And against the righty, that is a 14. And let's see, 2-6. 1 to 10 is a single. 11 to 20 is a ground ball. That is a 14. And that is going to be a grounder to third. And retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Phils. Stays 3-0 in favor of the Phils. Top of the fifth. And it's Rafael Santana leading off for the Mets. Shane Rawley doing a good job for the Phils today. 6-5. And against the righty, that is a 10. And that is a double. Let's lead off. What is that? 6-5? 6-5 against the righty. That is a 10. That's a double. So Rafael Santana leads off with a 2-bagger. Off of Rawley. So 2-bagger for Santana. It'll bring up Aguilera. Pretty good hitter. His bunt rating is a B. Bunt rating is a B. I think you bunt here. I think you bunt anyway. So he's gonna bunt. And nothing on the Havoc. So the bunt coming up. I got to get the bunt chart now. Infield is corners are in for the bunt, so that'll make it a C. So let's see what happens here. And that is a 10, and that's going to be a pop out. Batter pops out, runners hold. So not a good bunt chance by Aguilera, as he will pop that out. And 1 down. And that pop out, by the way, went to first base. All right. So 1 away. Here's Dykstra. Top of the fifth, 3-0 Phils. Mets and Phillies here, 1986. Havoc, nothing happening. Rawley with the pitch. I don't know what to feel about these things. Okay. Well, let's see here. 1-9. And against the lefty, that's going to bring in a run. So a 1-9 against Rawley. And that 1 to 5 is a double, 620 is a single. That is an 8. That's a single, but it's a 2-base single. Santana will come around to score, and the Mets are on the board 3-1. So Dykstra gets the Mets on the board. Now a 3-1 game on an RBI single by Dykstra. Here's Tuffle. 3-1. Dykstra definitely a threat to steal. And he is going to try. And 7, he does not get the lead. He'll hold. So Rawley will now. That's need help. Well, let's see. Rawley will pitch. And that is a 5-8. And a 5-8 is a pop out to short. 2 down. And of course, Dykstra holds. And now Hernandez, who should be in the Hall of Fame. And nothing on Havoc. Dykstra stays where he is. So Rawley will go ahead and pitch. 2-8. And 2-8 against the lefty. And that is going to be a single 2-star for Hernandez. So he will get Dykstra over to third. He will get Dykstra to third. So first base hit of the game for Hernandez. So now runner to the corners for the kid. The kid is 0 for 2. 2 outs. Clutch situation is available, but Carter does have a clutch rating, so clutch is on. So let's see what happens here. Havoc, nothing on the 16. Rawley will go ahead and pitch. Rawley, 3-12. And against the lefty, that is going to be a ground ball to shortstop. And that will end the inning. The Mets get 1 run on 3 hits. It's now 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. I think I'm doing pretty good here with Strat-O-Matic. I think I am. There's just got to be a better way for me to speed it up. Inside pitch, I mean, what are we, 42 minutes into the stream? If this was inside pitch, I'd probably be already at the 7th inning already. But then again, of course, I'm not used to Strat-O-Matic rules that much. I've only played a few. Pitcher leads off. That's Rawley. He'll bat. Pitcher hitting card number 2. Lead off the bottom of the 5th. 3-7. And that's a ground ball to short. Second ground ball, second base. 1 out. Gary Carter on Mets. Yes, Philip. Gary Carter is on the Mets. Yes, he is. He is on the Mets. Here's Reedus. And Reedus is having a great night tonight. 2 for 2, a single and a bomb. So Aguilera's got to be careful with Reedus. 4-7, and that is going to be a strikeout. And that is strikeout number 3 for Rick Aguilera. And now here's Thompson. Reedus was a Reds player at one time. Yes, he was. Thompson 0 for 1, but got hit by a pitch. 4-4. And let's see, lefty 4-4 is catcher's X card. So catcher X card. Catcher's X. Carter is a 1-3. And that is a 19. And that is a G1. And Carter's a 3. And that's an 11. And he's not going to make any errors. So that is going to be a very healthy pick up there by Gary Carter, and he will throw to first and end the inning. So 1, 2, 3 go the Phils, still 3-1 in favor of the fighting Phils. Carter was traded to the Expos when? Carter was never traded to the Expos. Carter was traded to the Mets from the Expos. Carter wanted to go in as a Met when they were sent to put in the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame said, no, you're going to go in as an Expo. He was not very happy. Carter became a Met, I think, what was it, 1984 or 85, I think. I think it was 80. I don't remember. I think it was 84 or 85 he became with trade. Top of the sixth, Phillies lead 3-1. Rawley back on the mound. He'll continue to pitch. He's got good rating. It will be the Straw leading off. "5-9", and that's a fly out to right. Here's Foster. 5-7, and that's a ground ball, second base X. So that ball is hit to Luis Aguayo. He is a 3E25. That is a 15. That is a 15. That should be good. That's good. Be good play. And he's a 25-7. He's fine. 2 outs. He'll make the play. So no problem there for Aguayo. And now here's Knight. Ray Knight, the batter. Ray Knight is 1 for 2, has a single. 6-6. And against the righty, that is going to be a base hit. So Ray Knight will get a single. And he gets his second hit of the game, which will bring up Santana. Carter started with the Mets in 85. Yes, I couldn't remember if it was 80. I couldn't remember if it was 84 or 85, but I know it had to be at least 85 because I know he was not at least 85. So Knight is on at first. He's not gonna be held. So Rawley will pitch. Actually, I've got to do a havoc roll first. There doesn't anything happening. So Rawley pitches 1-8 against the lefty. Ground ball to third. Side retired. So no runs and a hit for the Mets. As Shane Rawley cruising along here. And we'll go to the bottom of the sixth. Possibly Aguilera's last inning. Maybe. He's due to lead off the seventh. Von Hayes will lead off for the Phils. He's 1 for 2 with a single. One of the best catchers next to bench. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Gary Carter? Yes, absolutely. Gary Carter, yes. The one thing about Gary Carter, him and Bench had many things in common. One of them was their ability to block the plate. If you were coming down the third base line and you saw the kid blocking the plate, good luck, and you deserve what happens to you. Back in the day when baseball players would run over catchers, and catchers when a guy running down the third base line is saying, "Here I come," and the catcher is saying, "Bring it on. I'm ready for you." Let's see here. 2-9 against a righty is a strikeout. So Aguilera will get his 4th strikeout as he gets Von Hayes. Here's Michael Jack Schmidt, 1 for 2. "6-8", and that is going to be a single. That's going to be a single for Schmidt, so he'll get a base hit, get his second hit of the game. Now Glenn Wilson. Schmidt is being held, but he's not going to steal. Anything on the Havoc? Nope. Aguilera will pitch to Wilson. 111. And against the righty, that is going to be a 6. And that's going to be a one-base single for Wilson. So Wilson will get a single and move Schmidt over. So now runners at first and second with 1 out. Here comes John Russell coming in for the injured Darren Dalton. And anything on Havoc? Nope. Aguilera will stay out there. He will pitch to Russell. 4-10. And against the righty, that is a ballpark single. That's an 18, though. That's going to be a line out. That's going to be a line out to the shortstop, 2 out. That 18 is too high. Got bad weather. And it had to be a 1-14 for a ballpark single. So that was going to be a line out to short, 2 away. And now here is Aguayo. Aguayo is 0 for 2. Aguilera trying to get out of this jam. Nothing happening on the 4. Aguilera will pitch. And let's see, 1-4. And against the righty, that is going to be a fly out to right, and the inning is over. So no runs, 2 hits for the Phils. As Aguilera gets out of it. And it's 3-1 after 6. Go to the top of the 7th. Rawley will come back on the mound. That'll be it for Aguilera. He will be done. He will be done. So Aguilera is gone. And let's see, against the lefty, we're going to see Howard Johnson pinch hit. Howard Johnson does more batters against lefties. So here comes Howard Johnson to pinch hit for the pitcher. Top of the 7th, 3-1, favor of the Phils. Rawley he got 8 innings of strength. Good old days when the pitcher would go 7, 8, or 9 innings all the time. 3-7, and against the lefty, that is going to be a line out to third. 1 out. Top of the order, here's Nails. Nails is 2 for 3, 2 singles. 1-8, and against the lefty, that's going to be a double to left field. So Dykstra's going to get a double there. And that's going to bring the tying run to the bag. Dykstra 3 for 4 today. Here comes Tuffle. Tuffle is 0 for 2 with a walk. Dykstra on at second. He's not going to try to steal. He'll stay put. Havoc roll. Nothing on the 18. So Dykstra on at second. And Rawley will pitch to Tuffle. 5-8. And against the righty, that is a pop out to the shortstop. 2 away. Wow, a lot of pop outs. Second time Tuffle's popped out to short. And here comes Hernandez. Hernandez 1 for 3, singled his last time up. Nothing on Havoc. Rawley will pitch. Rawley, let's see here, 5-9. And against the lefty, that is going to be a fly ball to right field. And getting under that will be Glenn Wilson. He will make the catch and end the inning. No runs and a hit. 7th inning stretch. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It'll be Jeltz, the pitcher, and Reedus leading off. Steve Jeltz is the batter. Mets need a pitcher. And let's see what we got here. So 32 and 32. And coming on to pitch for the Mets is going to be Ed Lynch. Ed Lynch wasn't with the Mets long in 1986. He would wind up on the Cubs. He would wind up in the Cubs. He would wind up in the with the Cubs early in the season for the Mets. So Ed Lynch is a Met at this time. So he will come on to pitch for the Mets here. Line score for what? Aguilera. He gave up 3 hits. He gave up 3 runs on 8 hits. 3 runs on 8 hits. But he leaves with the loss opportunity. So here comes Ed Lynch. He can pitch 3 innings before fatigue. And he'll go up against Steve Jeltz. So bottom of the 7th, 3-1. Ed Lynch never was. He had one couple of good years, but I never really liked him. 5-6, and against the switch left, that's a fly out to center field, 1 out. Caught by Dykstra. Rawley is the batter. He's pitching a gem. He's not tired yet. He will be tired after the 8th inning. I just wonder if you take him out and bring in a pinch hitter. I don't know. Do you take him out here? He pitched 7 innings. He could go 8. Phillies bullpen is meh. That's the problem. I just don't know if you go to the Philly bullpen. It's a save situation. It will be a save situation in this case. I don't know. Does Shane Rawley let Rawley hit? I don't think so. I think you waste. I think no. I really don't think you do. And the Mets have Carter, Strawberry, and Foster coming up. I wonder if he'll let him hit or let him. He could pitch 1 more inning. He uses pitcher's hitting card number 2, but I think it's a waste. There's nobody on base. If there was somebody on base, I would definitely take him out. I'll see if he can go 1 more inning. I'll let him bat. And that is a 6-5. And let's see. Rawley he throws lefty, but he is a right-handed batter. He's weak, though. So that is a 6-5. And a 6-5 would be a home run. He would be a home run, but he has weak power, so that's going to be a base hit. So leaving him in was the right thing to do. And he's going to get a single because obviously Rawley has weak power. He can't hit 1 out. And a 6-5 against a righty, a 1-10 would be a home run, but it's only an N, and that is an 8. So that's going to be a single for Rawley. So Rawley is going to get his 2nd hit of the ball game, and now the batter is Reedus. And Rawley is not going to steal. He will be held. Nah, he won't be held. He won't be held. And nothing on the Havoc. So Lynch has now got to pitch to Reedus. So leaving Rawley in the bat was the right to move. 1-7, and against the righty, that's a walk. So Ed Lynch comes in and gives up a base hit to the pitcher, and now he walks Reedus. And now the batter is Thompson. And Thompson is 0 for 2, but got hit by a pitch. Thing on the Havoc? Nope. Lynch will go ahead and pitch to Thompson. 2-8. And against the righty, a 2-8 is going to be, wow, all of those hits in the column, and you hit the ground ball shortstop B. So with runners at first and second, ground ball, shortstop B, batter safe, runner at first, out going to second, other runners advance. So Rawley goes to third, Reedus is out at second, Thompson on to first on the fielder's choice, and there are now 2 away. So fielder's choice, now the batter is Hayes. And Lynch is going to stay in there, try to get it done. Lynch will come in there. 3-1 Phillies, bottom of the 7th. Mets already off to a 3-0 start in this 1986 Strat replay. Go left on left. We're talking about what? Randy. The only other pitcher I have in the bullpen is Neiman. I've declared Roscoe McDowell unavailable because I've used him twice in a row. And Mike Terranova says go left on left. All right, so Lynch is going to come out of the game. And coming on to pitch for the Mets is going to be Randy Neiman. He's the other lefty. He's the only lefty I have in the bullpen besides a Roscoe. Neiman, 2 wins, 3 losses, a 3.79 ERA. And Randy Neiman will now come on. Try to complete the hold. So 2 outs, 3-1. Randy Neiman on the mound now. And Thompson had good stealing rating, but I'm not going to steal. He will be held, though. Havoc. Nothing happening. And Neiman will pitch to Hayes. And that is a 3-7. And against the lefty, that's going to be a fly out to center field, and that will end the inning. So it looks like Mike Terranova made the right call. No runs and a hit. Still 3-1 in favor of the Phils. The Phillies historically won this game 4-2. Top of the 8th. And it will be Gary Carter leading off against Rawley. This is his fatigue inning. And they're going to let him pitch here to Carter. So top of the 8th, 3-1. Now let's see what happens here. 5-8. And against the righty, that's a pop out to short. Rawley's getting a lot of pop outs to short. Let's see. That is 1, 2, 3. That is the 4th pop out to short. That is the 3rd pop out to short he's had today. 1 out. Here comes the straw. 5-9 against the lefties, a fly out to right. And next up is Foster. And 3-6 against the lefty is a swing and a miss and struck him out. So nice job by Rawley. And Rawley gets the K, and that is his 3rd strikeout. And he retires the Mets 1-2-3. Nice job by Rawley. Bottom of the 8th. Schmidt, Wilson, and Russell lead off. Randy Neiman. Who else do the Mets have in the bullpen? Mitchell, Bereni. I hate Bereni. I hate him. But you got to go with that. Neiman's going to come out of the game. And coming on to pitch for the Mets is going to be Bruce Bereni. And he was plain awful. But I got 3 righties coming up. So Bruce Bereni is going to come on to pitch for the Mets. So here comes Schmidt. Bruce Bereni will pitch. Thing about the Met bullpen, The Met bullpen really in 1986 was Orozco, McDowell, and then everybody else. And although Aguilera did come in from the bullpen a number of times, Aguilera really was the fifth starter. The Mets could have just started with Gooden, Darling, Fernandez, Oughta, probably a four-man rotation the entire way, and I don't think it would have changed anything. The Mets still would have won the division. Let's see, 4-7 against the righty, struck him out. Nice job by Bereni. He strikes out Schmidt. One down. Here comes Wilson. Wilson 2 for 3, a single and a double. 6-6 against the righty, struck him out. All right. Maybe Bruce Bereni somewhere is trying to teach me something. Okay. Here comes Russell. Russell is 0 for 1. Came in for the injured Darren Dalton. 5-5 against the righty, and that is going to be a double. 5-5 against the righty, 12-20 is a double, and that is going to be a double for Russell. So Russell keeps the inning alive with a two-bagger. So as soon as I open my mouth, he allows a base hit. And here comes Aguayo. Russell on its second. Nothing on Havoc. Pitch. 1-12 against the righty. And, well, sometimes you get the bear and sometimes you get the bear gets you. Against the righty, 1-12 is a straight-up home run. And that is a kaboom by Luis Aguayo. He hit 4 homers in 1986, and he's going to hit one here. A 1-12, a home run against the righty. That's a 2-bomb, and it is now 5-1 in favor of the Phils. As I said, Bruce Bereni sucks. So Bereni goes ahead and gives up a bomb. That's not Bereni's fault. That's Aguayo. He just powered it out. Here's Jeltz. Jeltz is 0 for 3. 6-3, just trying to get out the inning. And against the switch left, that's a ballpark single chance. That's a 12. That's a ballpark single. That's a 12. And that is going to be an out. Because we got bad weather in Philadelphia, so a 1-8 would have been a ballpark single, but that's a 12. That's going to be a line out. That's going to be a line out to second, and the inning is over. So 2 runs on 2 hits, a 2-run homer by Luis Aguayo. It's 5-1 Mets after 8. We're going to go to the top of the 9th, and they're going to let Shane Rawley try to close this game out. He is not tired yet. He didn't give up any hits at all, so he can still give up 4 hits, four hits and or walks before he gets tired. And it will be Ray Knight leading off for the Mets in the top of the 9th. Will we have any 9th inning magic? Let's see, 2-8. And against the lefty, that is a fly out. There is the clutch symbol, but there's nobody on base, so that is going to be a fly out to center. 1 down. The batter is Santana. He will bat. 5-9. And against the righty is a ground ball to shortstop. He is not fatigued. He is not tired. There is the fatigue dot there, but he is not tired. So it will be a grounder to short. 2 away. And we'll see a pinch hitter for Bereni. He will come out. And coming on to pinch hit for the Mets is going to be Kevin Mitchell. Kevin Mitchell will come on to pinch hit, try to keep the game going on. Rawley going the distance. 2-7, and not quite yet. That's a base hit. That'll be a single for Mitchell. He keeps it alive. So Mitchell goes to first on a single. Now the batter is Dykstra. Rawley still not tired. Dykstra 3 for 4, 2 singles and a double. Mitchell not going anywhere. That is a 2. And let's see here. Let's see, a 1-3 or a 4-6. That's a wild pitch. That is a pass ball check. And John Russell, his pass ball rating is a 9. He's not going to make a pass ball. So, all right. So that's ball 1. So no pass ball. So now we roll. And that is a 5-8 against the lefty. And that won't matter. That's going to be a ground ball to second base. Getting to that is Aguilera. He will pump once, pump twice. But instead, he's going to run to the bag and jump on the bag himself and force out Kevin Mitchell at second, and that's your game. No runs and a hit for the Mets as the Philadelphia Phillies will end the Mets' streak. And the Phillies will take a 5-1 lead, 5-1 win here at the Vet. So, for the Philadelphia Phillies, 5 runs on 11 hits and no errors. For the Mets, 1 run on 8 hits and no errors. The winning pitcher is Shane Rawley. He goes the distance, gets a complete game. Ricky Aguilera will take a loss, goes to 0-1. And the Mets will drop to 3-1 as they actually win the series in Philadelphia, though. And that's your ball game, guys. So that actually only lasted about an hour and 12 minutes. Not too bad. But that's a win for the Philadelphia Phillies as they will beat my Mets. So no happy recap tonight. Next Mets broadcast is against the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Mets get their home opener against the Pirates. And our home opener against the Pirates. And that is... I can bring up the schedule real quick. That was the home opener. That is on, actually, what I say, Sunday, April 12th. Today's actually Sunday, April 13th. My bad. The next game was Monday, April 14th. And it wasn't the Pirates. My bad. It's the St. Louis Cardinals. Okay. I can't read. The next game will be the St. Louis Cardinals versus the New York Mets. The Cardinals historically won that game 6-2. They got off to a 5-1 start, actually. It will be Ricky Horton for the Cardinals and Dwight Gooden for the Mets. So that'll be the next baseball like it ought to be telecast for this Strat-O-Matic baseball thing. I don't know how many games I'll do. I'll try to maybe I can do 10 games, maybe 15, because once I go, because you guys know that once I go to inside pitch, I don't do anything else. It's inside pitch all the way because, well, I play the game every day. So I'm looking forward to 1972. That's going to be a blast. But at least Strat-O-Matic kind of whet my appetite for inside pitch. Strat-O-Matic is fun. Don't get me wrong. It's fun. All the strategy rolls and all these calculations and everything like that are a real bit of a pain in the butt. And yet you guys think out there that inside pitch is more calculations. I don't know what you're talking about. But either way, don't get me wrong. Strat's fun, and I think it's more fun than some of the other games. Some of the other games. Maybe it's because of some of the strategies that Strat has, and maybe because it's the cards. It could be that too. Anyway, thanks for joining me tonight. Hope to enjoy your rest of your Thanksgiving. I might do something tomorrow. We'll see. Got to watch some college football, though. Mike Terranova, Ron McGrath, Philip Reynolds, Sports Time Machine. Let's see here. Steeler fan, of course. Mungo Jerry. And And I think that's all I got. Well, thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out to the turnstiles. Subscribe if you're not done so, and make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys next time. The Mets take their first loss of the 1986 season. They will lose to the Philadelphia Phillies. Shane Rawley goes the distance. Phillies win this one 5-1. See you guys next time.